So it's been about a week, haven't had much time in the garage. This weekend I was away down at Sidmouth Folk Festival.
What the hell was that?
It's very odd, very strange place to be, but in that week I've managed to get myself a nice bottle of gas there. I went for CO2 purely because I could get it. I could get it then and there. It was local and cheap. So with that, I then had to get a regulator and like an adapter pipe, a new mask, which is auto darkening, which I haven't played with before, so that should be good. This last week. The engine is seized. It's been sitting around for a while, so what I ended up doing was I got some diesel, put some diesel down the bores, down the plug holes, and I've left it sitting. Hopefully if we can use it, and even if it's just for a little while I build up a better engine, but I just want to get it to MOT stage, then maybe in the future we'll be looking at 998 turbo. Who knows, but just need to get some work done, get some welding done on the sills, get the rust cut out, so yeah, that's where we are at the minute. Had a bit more of a poke around. You can see there's some more bits of rust there. Nice big hole there. A bit rotten up there. The rest of the floor's pretty solid. On the other side, got a little bit of a hole in the flitch there. Not quite as bad as the other side. And then we've got oversills on this side as well. So we're gonna have a nice rusty surprise when we pull that side off. I don't think she looks too bad. Paint is obviously pretty poor. It's obviously been resprayed very badly at some point. I did cut after a little bit because it was probably a bit boring to watch, but I just carried on doing some grinding, and basically I was getting rid of all the leftover weld from where the old oversills were fitted. There's a few little pinholes and it is quite pitted.
Drop in, just ride the barrel and get pitted, so pitted like that.
But I don't think it's too far gone. Picked up some new axle stands. They're off a guy on Facebook. But the guy, he said, "Oh, I'm clearing out my shed. I've got this for sale." It's full of tools as well. So it's all old Imperial, which is obviously what we need on the Mini. So yeah, £5, bargain. Now I've got the big gas bottle. I was a bit worried about it falling over, plus moving it around. I mean, with these little bottles, they sit right in the back of the welder. No worries really with that little tiny regulator. But now I've got the big bottle, I thought I'd buy myself a trolley. So that's what I'll be doing in a minute. About a million different pieces, putting all that together. Got it off Amazon, about 30 quid, so hopefully if that saves the bottle knocking over, plus it'll be easier to move it around and stuff, so win-win. So there we have it. One welding trolley. Saved a few bits, as you do. Let's see if our if the welder fits on there now. We're going to do a little bit of welding now. So I had some tacks in there already. I'll just come across and filled in some gaps. I started doing some underneath, but had it turned up a bit high and started blowing through. So we'll clean this up a little bit, go get some more welding wire, and then we'll have another go later. I ended up getting a large roll. So now I've got 5 kilos of welding wire. I've got a massive bottle of gas. I even splashed out on the new tip for the new shroud. So that's the new one versus old. I was getting a bit grim. A little bit of welding done. Not the best, but that'll definitely hold now, which is better than we had before. If anyone knows how to bring this wheel back up to the right colour, that'd be awesome. It's really faded along this top. I don't know if it's just a I don't know if it's just dirty or if it needs some kind of dye, or I'm not sure. Just before 80,000 miles. 1995. God, it's been off the road a while, hasn't it? Original wing. Bit of rust that I cut out here quite a few years ago. This wing has been redone very poorly, not very well at all. This is all just crappy welds in here. Not the best. We definitely need to do with some new paint on this. I've got a little bit of an issue. The welder, the gas on it, there's actually a solenoid in there which stops the flow of gas until you push the trigger. But on mine, something wrong with it, so that gas is flowing all the time. It's not too big of an issue if you're constantly welding, but it's gonna use up way too much gas, and it's not cheap. Even though I've got a big bottle, it's still going to cost me some money. Right, so as it turns out, there isn't even a solenoid on this machine. Quite an old machine, designed to run off the little gas bottles, and if you follow the tube, it literally goes straight in and straight down the torch. So there isn't a solenoid. I'm not sure what to do now. I guess I'll have a look in the torch end and see if there's some kind of valve there that's blocked open. Looks like the valve is in the torch. It's just a little button, but this is all gunked up with years of grime and welding rubbish, so I'm just going to give that a good clean out and then maybe replace the O-ring that's on it, and then hopefully that'll start sealing and it will work again. And now if I turn the gas on, there's no leaks until we press the button. So yeah, that should save me a whole lot of gas, so that's awesome. Just got to put it back together now. Well, my quick fix on the welder didn't last very long. It was leaking from this thing again, so I had some blue sealant, so put some sealant around it, and then I'll just let that go off, and hopefully that will hold it. Right, so while my friend Jack was over earlier, I did the screwdriver test in the boot. Now, if you don't know what the screwdriver test is, you get yourself a nice screwdriver and you bash the metal wherever. And this is what happens when it's rusty. Lovely. So there's a bit more rust there that I didn't realise I had. I've gone around the rest of the boot. The rest of the boot seems fine. So I think I've got away with it got quite lucky, considering a lot of people have to do whole boot floors. There's a couple of patches here and there, and then I'll have to put a patch there, but I don't have to do a whole boot floor, so pretty happy. Done a little bit on this side. This is where the jacking point was, but I was never going to use it and it was rusted, so I cut it out. I've got to weld another patch there. I've been going along this edge under here where there was a sill and an oversill welded on. It was a few layers thick, so just been grinding along that edge. Can't really see much there. Come round to the back. You can see where that rusty hole was. Cut around the hole and there we go. So that just needs patching. Luckily it's just above the subframe, so shouldn't really see too much of it. This is just the state of the car, really. Been sat around for a while. Bit rusty, bit grim. There's another spot I need to do up under here. Shouldn't be able to see into the car from here, but at the minute you can. This is the card template that I took off the hole in the boot. Put some spray glue on it, stuck it to this old bit of scrap metal with some spray glue, and now we're just gonna cut it out and then stick it in and weld it in. Right, so there we have it. A nice patch panel. Right, so I don't think that's too bad. Needs a bit of trimming up. Obviously take the cardboard off before you do any welding, otherwise that will catch fire. There we have it. That's our patch panel. I just cut it a bit big and just trimmed tiny little bit by tiny little bit. Had it in and out, in and out, in and out of the car. But eventually it looks alright, so probably tomorrow, because it's about 9 o'clock now, probably tomorrow I'll come back and weld it in. So there you are, that's it for tonight. So one repair welded in. Had a lot of trouble around here with it just blowing through. But it was really thin metal. I just really struggled, and when I looked at these welds, my gas regulator fix from the other day didn't work, so I've just been leaking gas the whole time I've been using the welder. And it looks like I've already run out of gas, so that's not great. We already know my weld's not great, but I'm learning as I go. Some of these look alright at the beginning and seem to have got progressively worse as the metal's thinner and just less than ideal conditions, but I have to get some new gas on Monday, but now it's solid, so I'm pretty happy. Right, so I got that ground up. Obviously there's a couple of holes, but I'm going to need to wait till I've got some more gas so I can fill that up. I don't think it looks too bad. Bit of seam sealer. It's only in the boot, so you know, doesn't need to be amazing. Right, so Tuesday night in the garage, we've got Sam here.
Howdy.
We've been working on two different things. I've been down here cutting out on the toe board. Been making a little panel fit in there. Sam's been trying to get this get this rear brake loose, as it was completely stuck on. And someone said, "Oh yeah, just hit it with a hammer. Just hit it with a hammer. It'll break." Quite a lot of swings later, and managed to smash a hole in that. And yeah, I think it was just the brake was just stuck on completely.
Yeah, it's not getting it loose.
Hub's loose. So yeah, that's fun. Right, okay, so 1st September today, that's August out the way. Missed a couple of weekends, had that weekend down in Sidmouth, so that means no working on the car that weekend. And we just had August bank holiday, which for me meant I had Friday afternoon, Saturday, Sunday and Monday, but none of that was spent in the garage because me and my wife went camping. We went to an alpaca farm down in Devon. They were very cute. So that was quite nice. Nice relaxing weekend, not doing any work. What have we done this month? So we've done the welding in the boot, welding in the boot floor. We've done a little bit of work down in the front footwell. Still need to do a little bit more. Ground all along this lip under here, so that's ready, because that was a few layers thick, but that's now ready for a sill once the inner sill's ready. What else have we done? Oh yeah, Sam spent 3.5 hours trying to get the rear drum and hub off, because that was completely seized solid, so that's a big help. On the engine bay side, that's still seized up. Haven't attempted to do anything yet. but that will come. I think definitely bodywork first. So I said I had an issue with the welder. I thought I'd run out of gas, but actually I hadn't. The hose in the torch had popped off. So use a bit of epoxy and inside the torch and sealed it all up. Hopefully we won't have any issues. Didn't get as much done this month as I'd hoped. It's all sort of prep work and grinding and a bit of welding, so obviously my welding's not great. We've experienced that. So yeah, at the end of the month we've got Castle Combe Mini Action Day coming up on the 30th, so I'm going to go to that with a friend or two. Probably join the Basingstoke Mini Club, so that'll be quite nice to have a nice day looking around at some minis. I'll try and get a video up. I'm going to try and do a video at the end of every month. Obviously next month we might have a video plus an extra video of Castle Combe, depending on how much footage I'll take in the day. I might just slot it in to the video. In terms of the project overall, my deadline for myself is Christmas. I want to get it on the road by the end of the year, just because it's been too long. So that'll be bare minimum sort of MOT standard. Definitely want it on the road for next May, so I can get to London to Brighton. It's one of the shows that I've done a couple of times. In the past I used to have another mini white Mini Advantage back in, I think 2008, 2009. So I think I went to 2009, which was Mini 50, which was awesome. So yeah, it's first show of the season, so it's always nice to get there. A lot of people use that as a deadline. I've been watching a lot of mini videos on YouTube. It's a great inspiration and sort of motivator for me, so hopefully I can be that for you guys. But I'm going to put links down in the description. There's a whole bunch of channels I've been watching, so I'll link to those. They've all got different merits, and there's some great videos and good footage and great sort of hints and tips. That it's just a really good motivator for anyone that's doing a project. Just get on and just watch videos, and that spurs you on. So thanks for watching, and we'll definitely have another video next month, at the end of next month. Not sure how much progress there's going to be on the car, but we'll see. So yeah, thanks for watching. Cheers.